Our method for accessing the UART pins from outside the case will be to install the female pin header right above here. These will be connected to the male pin header, which will be inserted into the PCB, and these will all be soldered together so that you can plug in your UART connector just right here outside the box.
Since we're going to use these 3 connectors here, from the left, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to grant access to them from the outside, we will need to create a hole in the plastic here. It will roughly be touching the left here to roughly there, and it will also almost reach the little pin that points out here. So if I flip this to the other side, you will see that the hole will roughly come out here above the sticker and end somewhere around here. And this will be, the hole will be created with the soldering station and a file.
As UART communication uses 3 pins, we're going to cut 2 of the headers so they are 3 pins long. We have the male pin header, and we're going to cut the female pin header. Now these are easiest to cut if you actually kill the 4th pin. You cut along actually the 4th pin, and you lose one effectively when you do that. So we can lose one, but we get a very nice 3-pin header, and we can remove some of the unnecessary plastic. These can then will be in the next step to actually solder these onto the PCB. So now we're going to use the soldering station to start by creating a general hole in the plastic case, which we then can use a file to make very nice and square. So we'll remove the PCB, and with our soldering iron set to 350 degrees Celsius, we'll start melting a hole around here. This is just to quickly get rid of some of the plastic, which we later can use the file to make a lot prettier. So we should try to land about above the sticker and slightly below the snap hole there. So try to make the hole approximately the size, slightly smaller than the header, and then we'll use the file to get the last parts perfect. Our wire cutter can be used to remove plastic which is melted out. And the file can be used to increase the size, since we need to melt the hole a bit bigger first. Use the cutter to remove some plastic, and then we'll need to see, it looks like we need to make it a bit wider. Use a soldering iron for that. Like so, maybe a little bit more. continue using the file. See how that fits. Seems like it needs to be a bit larger in every direction. And now we're getting close. Now I just need a little more. Remove some unnecessary plastic first. And file a little more on the right. Pin header can now be inserted and is accessible from the outside. We can use the file to clean up the edge. Hopefully we can make it look pretty. Remove the plastic on the edges. And that is about sufficient.